Hi, this is Mrs. Connors. Today I'll be showing you step by step how to create a palm tree beach painting. You'll need a piece of white paper, a black marker, watercolor paint, a cup of water, and a paintbrush. If you don't have paint, that's okay. You can follow along with the drawing and then use any art materials you have at home to add color. First, we're going to add the coconuts for the palm tree. We're going to make 3 circles. 1. Then you're going to make 4 lines for the palm tree leaves. You're going to make them curved down, kind of like a sad face. 1. Next, we're going to add the individual leaves for the palm tree branches, and we're going to use a zigzag line. You're going to start smaller zigzags at the top, and kind of get further away and bigger at the bottom. Okay, next you can add some details to your leaves. A line like that, and then a V, 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 V. Next we're going to do the trunk to our palm tree. We're going to do a curved line from here all the way to the bottom of the page. Then we're going to make another curved line. We're going to make it skinnier at the top and then get wider as it gets closer to the bottom. Now we're going to add some curved lines to make it look more three-dimensional, so kind of like a smiley face. Next we're going to add our sun, but we don't want to make it in the corner. We want to make it kind of behind our palm leaf. Then we're going to add the horizon line, which is the line that separates the sky from the water. So we're going to do wavy line, just a little bit wavy. Then we're going to make our shoreline where our water meets the sand. So we're going to use a wavy line, but we don't want to make it go straight down. We want to almost make the waves go on an angle to the side, so like that. Okay, now we can add some details to our water to make it have texture, so we can do some small wavy lines, and then we can add some wavy lines down here. Now for our sand, if you want to make starfish, if you can, make that on an angle too, so it looks like it's actually flat on the sand. And then we can add some dots to our sand. Now we're done with our drawing and we're ready to paint. We're going to start with the water. Make sure you wet your paintbrush and wet your paint before you start painting. The watercolors won't work unless they're wet. We're going to start with blue. We're going to paint most of our ocean blue, but we're going to leave some spots so we can add some other colors to it as well. Once you've painted most of your water, you can wash your brush, and then next we can add some purple, and we can fill in any spots that we left white. Okay, once you finish your water, you can wash your brush, and now we're going to move on to the sky. So for the sky, we're going to do a sunset of warm color. At the top, we're going to do yellow. Okay, once you get to about here, you can wash your brush. And next we're going to do orange. And we're going to go right under where the yellow is, but we're going to move up a little bit so that way the two colors blend into one another, which means you can't see where one stops and the next one starts. Once you get to about here, you can wash your brush, and then the last color for our sky is going to be red. So dip your brush in the red, and we're going to start at the bottom. If you want it to be darker, just add more paint and less water. If you want it to be lighter, you can add more water and it will make it lighter. We're gonna move on to the sand. So for that, you're gonna start with brown. So take your brush, dip it in the brown, and we're gonna make the shoreline right where the water meets the sand. We're gonna make that brown. We can also add some hills in our sand, and if you did a starfish or a seashell, you can almost like underline it with the brown, give it a little shadow. When you're done, wash your brush. Next we're going to go with yellow and fill in the rest of the sand. You can blend into your brown. When you're done, you can also wash your brush, go back to brown, and then add a shadow for your palm tree. So I'm just going to take the brown, kind of make a shadow make it a little darker. So I'm going to add more paint, less for the coconuts. We're going to do brown. Give it a brown outline. Try to make it a dark brown, so do less water and more paint. Wash your brush, and then we can use a little bit of yellow. Next, I'm going to do the sun. So for the sun, we're going to do orange on the outside. So nice dark orange, more paint, less water. Now we can wash our brush and take some yellow and fill it in with yellow. So I really want my sun to stand out from my sky, so I'm going to go in and add even more orange to the outside. Maybe even a little bit of red. Okay, next I'm going to do my tree trunk. For the tree trunk, I'm going to do brown, and I'm going to outline with brown. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. And we can also put a little bit of brown on these smiley faces we did. Now wash your brush and fill it in with yellow. Same colors as our sand and our coconut. And we want the yellow to blend into the brown. If your brown already dried, you might need to go back in with more brown afterwards to blend it. I think I'm going to go in with more brown just to make it even darker. So I'm going to wash my brush and add more brown. We're going to do our palm tree leaves. We're going to wash our brush and we're going to dip in green. You want it to be dark, so do less water, more paint, and we're going to outline the leaves with green. Okay, once you get it outlined, you can wash your brush and we're going to fill it in with yellow. We want the yellow to blend into the green. Okay, and if we want to make the green even darker, add a second layer. I'm going to add a tiny bit more yellow. Now the last thing we have to do is our little starfish. Now since it's so small, we don't want a lot of water on our brush. So just take a little bit of red paint, hardly any water, and if you can, just outline it. And then with no paint, just kind of fill in the middle with. Okay, so that's it. Please make sure that you leave a comment so that way I know that you've watched the video and I can give you participation points. You can also leave any questions there if you have any questions. If you'd like to receive extra credit, please take a picture of your painting and either email it to me or upload it into Google Classroom or ClassDojo. I would love to see your paintings.